Sorry, mate, you're under arrest on suspicion of murder, alright? You don't have to say anything, but may I be the friends who do not mention one question. Talk to you later, we'll only court.
Joseph, it's alleged that at Hillingdon Street, SE17, on the 14th of this month, you murdered the victim by stabbing them, alright? So you are under arrest on suspicion of murder.
5 men chased a 21-year-old man through the streets of Walworth. Moments later, Giovanny Rendon Bedoya was cornered behind a block of flats and stabbed repeatedly. By the time police arrived, he was fighting for his life. Less than an hour later, he was dead. Now the 5 men responsible have been sentenced to life imprisonment, with minimum terms totaling 107 years. But proving who carried out the killing would require more than 1,500 hours of CCTV footage, forensic evidence, witness accounts, and a manhunt stretching all the way to Spain. On the evening of the 14th of April, 2025, police were called to reports of a group fighting with knives near Hillingdon Street and Langdale Close in Walworth. Officers arrived and found Giovanny suffering from multiple stab wounds behind residential flats. Despite efforts to save him, he was pronounced dead at 10:07 p.m. A post-mortem examination later confirmed he had died from multiple sharp force injuries. Detectives established that Giovanny had been chased through an alleyway before being cornered by a group of attackers. What followed was a sustained and violent assault, carried out by multiple men acting together. Bryan Villada Hernandez was arrested at the scene, and forensic testing later revealed Giovanny's blood on his tracksuit and coat.
It's just the kids, mate, alright? Anything that's going to be left in there, maybe due down to you, alright? What's your foot there? I'll be on the other side, alright?
The evidence immediately placed him at the center of the attack. Officers then began reviewing more than 1,500 hours of CCTV footage. The footage linked the suspects to a squat on Langdale Close and captured their movements before and after the murder. Investigators also recovered phone messages discussing police activity and destroying evidence. As the investigation intensified, suspects began trying to distance themselves from the attack. CCTV showed Angel Gonzalez Angulo changing clothes and carrying a bin bag after the murder. Prosecutors said blood-stained clothing and weapons were being disposed of. Joseph Jimenez fled London but was tracked down and arrested in Chichester. Zozoro Mohamed Olivier Boizo was later arrested as detectives continued closing in on everyone involved. Batista Gonzalez attempted to escape justice entirely. He fled the United Kingdom and was eventually arrested near Barcelona before being extradited back to Britain to face trial. All 5 defendants were convicted of murder. Joseph Jimenez received a life sentence with a minimum term of 22 years. Batista Gonzalez also received 22 years minimum. Angel Gonzalez Angulo, Bryan Villada Hernandez, and Zozoro Mohamed Olivier Boizo each received minimum terms of 21 years. Together, the 5 men received minimum sentences, totaling 107 years.
Joseph, it's alleged that at Hillingdon Street, SE17, on the 14th of this month, you murdered the victim by stabbing them, alright? So you are under arrest on suspicion of murder. The time is 2:06. You don't say anything but it may harm your defence. If you do not mention one question, something which you later rely on in court, anything you do say may be given in evidence. Grounds are you've been positively identified in a murder investigation, alright?
What happened? What happened? What happened? That's my brother. Relax with my brother. Yeah, what happened? What happened here? None of us.
Mate, you're under arrest on suspicion of murder, alright? You don't have to say anything, but may I be the friends who do not mention one question. Talk to you later, we'll only court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Alright? Okay.
Angel?
Yes.
Were you here on the day, were you, Angel?
No.
No?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Sorry, you sure?
I'm sure. I just